Welcome to the module on how to avoid overpaying for a property. Outcomes. Provide guidance for owner-occupiers and investors on how to observe and determine a fair deal. This module is most suitable for property investors and owner-occupiers. To start with, if you haven't already, you should check out the module on discounted property. The tools available here are also useful when looking at how to avoid paying too much for a property. As a quick recap, we talked about some of the major property data tools. These include listing portals, of which domain.com.au and realestate.com.au are currently the most popular. Here you can check the value of a property compared to other similar listings and compare the listed prices. CoreLogic, which is one of many property data tools that can be accessed through Sydney Listings to examine recently sold or leased properties in an area. The difference between these and property listing platforms is that they use real prices, not advertised prices. Please reach out or call if you would like access to tools like RP Data by CoreLogic to run comparables and estimates of values of another property. Ask a professional. You are more than welcome to chat with the Sydney Listings team and ask their opinion when seriously looking at properties. And we can guide you through a basic analysis or real-time feedback through our network of agents. Other important information to assess the motives of the seller of the property is looking at how many days the property has been on the market, whether it has gone to auction, asking why the property is being sold, and looking for any unique sale characteristics like a push for an unconditional sale with no cooling off period. The basics of running a property comparison are quite easy to grasp and logical. However, even in the advent of modern technology and access to information, it will always be hard to beat the knowledge of an agent who has ongoing exposure to other buyers and sellers in the area and knows non-recorded sales results, what features drive the most value in a certain type of property in a specific area, and who has experience running comparables and appraising the value of properties for rent or for sale. Here are some basic tips. Timing. The best comparable sales, or rentals, occur within the last 6 months. You should not weigh up or consider comparables from greater than 12 months prior to when you are looking at a property, particularly without factoring in which direction the market may have moved within this area in that time. The exception is, of course, when looking at the existing rate of capital growth when thinking about the growth potential of your property, whether you are an investor or occupier. This is when it is valuable to look at data for recent sales in the street or building of the subject property. Area. The best comparables are within the same street or building as the property you are looking at. If not, try to only factor in comparables within a 5-kilometre radius when possible. Sometimes there are not enough recent comparables within this radius, let alone the same suburb. This is where it can be helpful to look at neighbouring suburbs and factor in whether these neighbouring suburbs are more prestigious or have better amenities like a shopping centre or business park. Location. Even when considering properties within a certain radius, care must be taken. For example, 2 homes with similar features will differ in price if one is 200 metres from the local train station and another is more than 3 kilometres away. There can be major locational differences between 2 properties in the same suburb. Property features. It may appear obvious, but it is not worthwhile to compare prices of 1-bedroom apartments to 2-bedroom apartments, nor 3-bedroom houses to 6-bedroom houses, particularly in the same area. Property features have to be on par to make fair comparisons. For example, a 2-bedroom apartment with 2 bathrooms will be worth more than an otherwise similarly located 2-bedroom apartment with 1 bathroom. Dwellings with large living areas, bedroom sizes, and more modern features like ducted air conditioning, newer designs, and high-end appliances are higher in value. If a home has a pool, gym, and more land area, it will make for a poorer comparison to a smaller home or townhouse. It should be noted that when getting down to the finer details of a property, it will for some time be impossible to replace the value of human eye and its judgment. For many people, you can pick up a knack for understanding property values quite easily on your own, with a bit of guidance from these modules. For others, please don't forget that the team at Sydney Listings or other professionals are there to provide cost-effective and often free solutions to get any help you need with second opinions. Investors should tread carefully when buying at auction. Auctions are a popular method of sale in Australia property markets because they stimulate emotion and buyer competition. However, they can also create massive opportunities. It is important to take this into consideration Always do your due diligence beforehand and set a firm budget in place. Property investment should be based solely on numbers, calculation, and never emotion. There is another common error which leads to overpayment for property, that which is called the fear of missing out, or FOMO. This was particularly prevalent in the latest cycle boom, where many people thought prices were just going to continue to shoot up indefinitely. As a result, many did anything they could to buy a property by over-leveraging, that is, over-borrowing, and paying overs on properties so that they could just break into the property market for fear of being left behind. Even in more slower and down markets, some investors fear missing out on a bargain and look to snap up property in too much of a rush. It is always sensible to take one's time and not have timeline dictated by external factors. This patient, measured temperament is the ideal one for the effective investor or savvy occupier. Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to the Sydney Listings Academy. Just a quick disclaimer that this advice is generic and is not to be used by individuals. We take no liability for misuse of this information and encourage you to seek out professional advice specific to your situation. Please reach out to get in touch with our network of trusted professionals if you so need it. And just before you take off, just a quick note, obviously we're working on something with the Sydney Listings Academy to help educate people about the potential in property, finance and investing. So if you want to support the Sydney Listings Academy, please share the content with friends, family and followers if you have them. And also follow Sydney Listings on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn and or YouTube, wherever you like to hang out, as well as our website, and check that out for more resources as well. Thank you very much guys, and we'll see you in the next video.